everybody, and welcome back to a very cold YouTube video. Now I don't know how long this one's gonna take. This tractor here, we kind of started it a while ago, put it in the big hip roof barn, got very cold and unpleasant to work on, so we stopped. When this garage attached to our house was built, it was built with heat. So we have heat runs coming up from the basement and all this wonderful space. It's just, we use it as a training room, a catch-all storage, and it's a great spot to work on tractors, to not be out in the old steel pole barn being too cold, or out in the hip roof barn full of dust and everything else. When you're pulling an engine apart, doing a head gasket or anything like that, you don't want all that dust and straw and hay getting into your components. So we just finished this one, kind of started on it just over Christmas, worked on it, got it all put back together. It's going to get a pull start. The tractor that's coming in is going to get a, the tractor coming in is getting the pull start. This one's going to get a belt start. So you got a two-for video here, and we're going to do some more maintenance. Well, they got to the pull start faster than I can get here. This tractor's been being used by Trey, and it's had some issues. So they just redid, I believe, the PTO, and they've got some other things going on with it, so it's going to get brought in. So this tractor's actually just getting some adjustments done in the PTO because it was all rebuilt. They got to put the 3-point back together, and they'll probably do that inside as long as it'll still fit that way. Wintertime is perfect for working on these tractors. Even when you need them in the summer, you're so busy cutting hay, baling hay, raking hay, doing other things. Sometimes it's all you can do just to get through that season. And all last year we were running on one tractor. Now we've got a 17-year-old boy who's recently started to learn to hay rake. Trey is 13 and he's done that stuff, and then he's got me to help also. Now ideally with the hay making is what we're doing primarily. It's really nice to have a tractor kind of dedicated to each job, so you're not having to unhook all this equipment if necessary. You know, these are tractors that he loves and has collected. This is a 730 diesel. We've got a 70. We've got 620, 630, probably a 720. We have a D. There's about 13 or 14 of them parked in various barns on the property. So it's time to kind of get into things, figure out what you could take parts from, what parts you need, get things ordering and coming. And that's a lot of it, is having the ability to do it, the knowledge. You know, these parts used to always be available only through John Deere, and he just recently got his 3-point or his PTO rebuild kit from a place called Lind Brothers, L-I-N-D. Maybe there's a T on the end. But we've ordered from them before and it's always worked really good. I'll try to leave you a link down below on that. But it's just very handy to be able to get online, order those parts, and get them coming. So up here, tractor view, hooking up the belt. Got the other tractor there offset. Yeah. So he's just putting some water in it to run it. He just completely rebuilt that head gasket. That's why there's all this black soot from water running out of it. He has the side real nice cleaned up. It was just a matter of time of getting to it. Trey's getting himself all realigned there to receive the belt. And he's got all the covers off of it right now because of it. He wants to look into it, make sure, be able to visibly see if there's any leaks anywhere besides just, oh, he's got some pipe leaking somewhere. we flip the belt.
Fuel was shut off.
Okay, opening up the fuel line. Putting the tension on. Now he's setting his brakes on his tractor. I got both set on mine. I noticed when I got up on this tractor, because it's been a while since we run it, I don't think we have run it with the fenders on, maybe. No, they've been in place. There's bolts there and here, and it only gives you a couple inches. That's why when you find a used tractor like this, a lot of times it's got no fenders or one fender. The old guys couldn't get on and off with the fenders in the way.
See how we have the decompression back.
Okay.
Won't try to make. We're not going to give it any fuel right now. We're not. And then it'll start pumping oil pressure right here when we put the clutch in.
Go ahead, George. You filming?
In this tube, and every one of them just drips on that, and that's how you get your oil. So that's kind of the stuff we're watching. That's why you got to have a pan. See, you lose a little.
Yep.
Then you can see the push rods working in here. Stay away from that flywheel. Now we'll go over and give it some fuel.
Okay. You see the white paint on there? He uses these paint markers. He always has, and he leaves notes on his equipment when he's working. So I think he just switched the fuel on. You can hear Trey's idling up. Now they want to put a little more tension on the belt. He's telling Trey to back up just a little bit. You know, Trey was about 2 years old when we bought the farm, so he's been raised around all this stuff. He's just a natural at it. He's better at it than I am. You can't have better on-the-job training than doing it your whole life. George says it's too cold, he has to stop. It's like 28 degrees out here, and my hands are turning beet red from holding the camera. He said there was an O-ring when he put it back together that was questionable. So that's why there's water dripping. He's got to swap that back out.
We only had fuel to the filters. So the line coming back from the filters into here, all through the pumps, and then the lines all the way down to the injectors are empty. And it takes a while every time. This is the transfer pump. It's got fuel, and the filters are full.
Hi, George. Tell me about what you're working on. Sanding an old tractor muffler?
Yeah.
Are you gonna paint it after this, too?
Yeah. Black.
High temp muffler paint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna do it just right, George. What tractor's it for? What model's that?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
70?
It says on the side.
Yep. It's gonna be great, George. You're doing a great job. How old are you?
6.
That's right. Already repairing tractors at 6? That is excellent. And whose bench is that?
Mine.
Yours. Your own bench. That's great.
What are you doing now, George?
Putting away the sand and stuff.
All done and ready for paint?
Yep.
You did a really good job, George.
So he's wrapped up the tractor repair yesterday. It's come out of the house, and we're gonna swap it for another one. He's gonna do a pull start on it twice today. And the reason for the pull starts, there's no fuel in the pony motor, and there's no battery. So you can do a pull start and run it without the battery. It's winter time, it's not going to get used until we start anything, probably around first cutting or very early spring before first cutting of hay. This lower coolant pipe was leaking. The gaskets or seals on it were bad. It was replaced at both ends. He wants to take that out and do some repaint. It was a bit pitted and corroded on the ends, so he had a nice good cleanup job there. It still needs to be washed. George went ahead the other night and he painted the muffler for Dad. George is 6 and he is full on into helping with the tractor repair jobs. Everything is gasket checked. They had, from opening up lines, little drips and leaks, so they're going to check it again one more time for that, and then they'll be able to drain the water out, replace that with coolant, and start it one more time before putting it away. The tricks of having young farmers helping. Easy start. Now this John Deere 70 diesel is the one that's going in the house. It's had some 3rd and 4th gear transmission troubles. It's been our bread and butter for the whole year, the only running tractor, and he wants to be able to get into that, check it out for repairs, and see what we need to do to get it running properly. It's going to be great, like I said, having multiple tractors running for multiple jobs. So remember to like, subscribe, and watch for the next videos coming out, and you'll be able to see this one getting worked on. So again, thanks everyone for watching.